What's up, SOBs? It's me, Jared, the storyteller, and I am welcoming you to today's episode, today's chapter of our supernatural soap opera, Vampires of Pittsburgh, Lockdown. This is our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition chronicle, starring very talented, funny, interesting, and terrifyingly brazen people playing vampires who make all kinds of horrible mistakes. Oh my God, last episode, mistakes were made. People were murdered. As my friend Clinton Trucks, my secret storyteller, said, people were eaten who can't be uneaten. And there are many physical and psychological wounds that will stay with us for a while. Speaking of wounds, I just wanted to let everybody know I'm okay. And this right here, this was inflicted by a 21-month-old child. My daughter, Rosie, did this to me. And she just was like, I want to touch daddy's chin. And then she was like, I want daddy's chin. And she really hurt me. And I have another baby on the way. And frankly, I'm afraid for my life because they keep getting larger. I know from the one I have right now, they keep getting larger and larger and stronger. And I guess eventually they even grow to my own size. And I will not be able to take them at that point. I know that my daughter, Rosie, like if she gets any larger, let me just put it this way. If I show up with a broken arm or, like a kind of a bandage over my head with a big blood splot, you know who did it. And it's all just part of raising a child. Some people are like, I wouldn't have time for my video games anymore. Well, that's the least of your problems because they are physically abusive little babies. No, we love Rosie. And Rosie rolled a 6 in skirmish. Yes, exactly. I got to get some armor. Well, I need to just wear a face shield around the house. You know how some people put their children in like helmets? Maybe I should just, maybe the dad should wear it and I should just wear a helmet around the house. Anyway, that was my long little explanation for why I have a tiny cut on my chin. Let's get into some vampires because we have so much to sort out this week. There's multiple plot hooks floating around, threatening to snag our players. In addition, they are creating their own drama at a rapid rate. So I'm going to bring in our amazing players. He is an improviser with the Improvised Shakespeare Company, an actor you may have seen on such shows as The Good Place, and a owner of an incredible library that I am somewhat jealous of. Please welcome as the haunted vet, Curtis Krieger, Mr. Ross Bryant.
Hello.
Hi.
Wow. Full takeover.
Yes, I'm giving the stream over to Ross. No, our secret storyteller, Clinton Trucks, actually isn't here today. So our good buddy, Brian, is on the ones and twos. What's up, Brian? The secret storyteller.
Brian.
How are you doing?
I mean, so far it's just going perfect. I think everybody
I think you're doing a great job. And I want to tell you something else. Even when it's Clint, who is very, very good at it, sometimes Clint will like bring me in and then bring me out, and I'm like, "What's happening? I'm lost in another dimension." So
we're doing our best, guys. We want you to know we're trying very hard for you.
I want the chat to give Brian all the love and encouragement because he's here every week, kind of following along. So
hi, everybody.
Give him all the love.
Hello. And wish Jared a happy birthday. It was his birthday yesterday.
Yes, right? Yesterday. And, I'm a big fan, gentlemen, of the birthday week, So from yesterday until next Saturday is my birthday. Gifts are welcome. Whatever you feel is a proper tribute. Brian, thank you. Brian will be backstage throwing sandbags around. There we go. And Ross Bryant, sorry, I have to give you your moment. How have you been, sir?
Oh, no, I've been great. And props to Brian for jumping in on such short notice. I'm just, as I normally am. You caught me like going through my library. One of my cassettes here. Not just music. This here is the video game Nightshade.
Hell yeah.
Remember, I don't know if you remember this, like in early PC days, there were some computers with cassette drives, and you'd put a cassette in. The video game is on this cassette for you to put into your PC and then play.
Dude, I'm pretty fucking dorky, and I had no idea that was ever a thing. I don't know about this.
I didn't know about this either. I think in like a middle school computer lab, there was like one PC with a tape drive in it, and I was like, what? And then I randomly found this at a thrift store. So if somebody has a like an old Tandy that they got at Radio Shack in 1984 and wants to play a cassette of Nightshade with Ricochet on the B side, hit me up.
That's great. Yeah, if anybody has a computer with a tape drive, I'll accept it as a birthday week gift. So send it straight to the Stream of Blood address. I'll give you that at the end of the show. And also, I wish I had known about these when I was a kid, because I would have been the kid at school that like spread the rumor. Like, if you listen to a video game tape on your Walkman, it melts your brain, dude.
I'm shocked that I haven't put this in my tape player to actually hear what it sounds like. If it's just like garbled, crazy. If when I listen to it, I just go into the Matrix.
Right, or maybe it's just like Paul is dead. Paul is dead. Let's bring in our next player. She is a fantastic actress, improviser, role player. You can hear her voice on Horizon Zero Dawn and a number of other video games. And if you play her voice backwards, it's the opposite. It's backwards, but still really pleasant and encouraging. Please welcome as Jen Brown, the terrified tech CEO turned thin blood, Miss Ashley Burch.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. Happy belated birthday. Well, happy birthday week.
Thank you. Thank you. The festivities are just starting.
They're just starting. Did your child punch you on your birthday? Was that her birthday gift to you?
I guess so. She doesn't really.
God.
Her mother was like, "Hey, wish your dad a happy birthday," and then my daughter went, "Birthday cake." And I was like, we're not. Yeah, I don't have.
I like
one
where
of
her
those.
head's at. That's really.
She knows what she likes.
Yeah, she's got her priorities straight.
She knows what she likes, and she almost just yells those things. So like you'll literally like open her door in the morning, like it's 6 a.m. when she's woke up, and then the first thing she'll do is just tell you like she wants, she'll be like, her friend's name is Dee Dee. So you'll open the door and she'll go, Dee Dee, and you're like, Dee Dee's not here. I don't know. I could just talk about this for hours. Have you noticed? Whether it's interesting or not, I could just tell you all the things my kid says. So are we emotionally prepared for tonight's session, Ashley?
I don't know.
A lot of, oh my God, this poor coterie. What they keep doing to poor Jen Brown. Oh,
well, we were talking before
I feel sorry for
about Curtis's sort of fragile humanity, and I feel like these emotional conversations are probably going to get more and more violent. It seems like
violent. They could get more homicidal. Speaking of homicidal, let me bring in your final player. This guy, what a pleasure. I mean, an incredible actor you could see on HBO's Raised by Wolves. You can hear his voice in the Assassin's Creed games, and he. As a player, he just makes moves that make a storyteller throw their hands up like, I don't know what to do. Please welcome the awesome, as Lucius Ali, the doctor turned Diablerist. Please welcome Abu Salim, everybody.
Hi.
What's up?
Hey, I love how I am the storyteller ruiner in the way in which I'm just coming in and just. I mean, you invited me here, guys. Okay,
not ruiner, stumper. You just sometimes I'm stumped. I'm like, I don't know what to do. He's gonna do what he's got to do.
Great.
Well, it's nice to see you again, Abu. It's nice to see all of my friends here again. Let's recap a little bit. Let's just talk a little bit about what happened last time, very briefly. So, after saving the touchstone, Craig, which is Curtis Krieger, Ross's player's touchstone, from dying at the hands of a anarch vampire named Lena. It was actually Lucius Ali who saved Craig by doing an emergency blood transfusion on the ground at an abandoned amusement park, and that's the kind of sentence you only get in Vampire the Masquerade. they all went back to their current hideout, their current haven, the tanning salon, the tanning bed place, and it was there that some fairly shady shit went on. Lucius Ali, who has a taste for feeding on other kindred, convinced Curtis Krieger to, Curtis was very hungry. He was in a desperate spot. He'd used up a lot of energy. He'd gained a lot of hunger. Curtis fed on their prisoner, the vampire Lena, and was unable to stop himself. And I think pretty accidentally committed diablerie. Jen Brown, not being a dull-witted character, she quickly figured this out and questioned whether she should even be staying near these two apex predators that she has become friends with. But ultimately decided to, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Ashley, throw in with these guys for a little while longer. They convinced you that they might not be too dangerous. I don't know. Where do you think Jen is at right now?
Definitely confused about what to do, which Ashley is also confused about what to do.
Okay. So one thing I thought I could do to help you is just throw out some of the story hooks that are floating around in our game right now, and then you guys can discuss, what you'd like for your characters to do, and you don't even have to all do it together necessarily. You're not a cleric, a fighter, and a wizard going down into a dungeon. Perhaps you take different tacks today. I can totally handle that if that's what you wish. But let's go through what our story hooks are. We know that Sabrina, Jen's former touchstone, well, I guess current touchstone, but they've become estranged, is working for Miss Sonia, the Camarilla head in Pittsburgh, who is, arguably pretty embattled right now with the Inquisition presence in the city. And Sabrina has been monitoring a sewer treatment plant on the Allegheny, which is one location that could be possibly investigated in. Sabrina's also been monitoring reports from a hospital nearby where there was some kind of violent interaction recently. That was the news story that Sabrina had kind of saved in her grouper account that Jen Brown hacked into. We also know that Washington's Landing, which is sort of an island in the Allegheny River, is most likely the headquarters of the Camarilla, the current Camarilla as it still stands. And last session, your human allies and ghoul allies, particularly Clara, Lucius's sister and Touchstone, did some surveillance for you and found out that there is a place called River Run Properties, which is like kind of a fine, well-to-do, housing development there that seems to have a lot of ghoul guards kind of moving around at all hours of the day, kind of monitoring every corner of it. This is this is like a housing development. Your friends describe it as like a perfect little pristine, looks like a suburban neighborhood out of the 1950s. It's out on this island in the middle of the Allegheny River, and there are ghoul guards swarming all over it. And Clara saw Isabel, Lucius's sire, whom I think Lucius wants to enter the complex. So that is another hook. I promise I'll be done talking in just 20 more minutes. Also, your good friend and ghoul Brad Lockwood, your former dealer and ghoul Brad Lockwood, Curtis, has set you up with a meeting with a drug dealer who pushes meth in the city named Maine. That's the kind of code name he goes by, Maine. And you can attend that meeting because I know that one of Curtis's desires or ambitions is to destroy the drug trade in Pittsburgh. In order to redeem himself a little bit or to kind of feel better about recent actions, he might take steps in that direction this turn. Mm-hmm. And whether his coterie mates, Lucius and Jen, go with him is up to you guys. So Brad Lockwood and Maine is one more hook. And then finally, you learned from the vampire Lena that there is a mysterious kindred in a black car driving around Pittsburgh, apparently interviewing kindred who are unaligned with the Camarilla right now. Who is he? Why is he doing this? You don't know, but you have kind of a vague description of him and the fact that he drives in this big black sedan. So that is a final story hook. If you can think of any more, please throw them up. But I'd like to know what the players are thinking. And just to kind of organize it a little bit, let's start with Lucius Ali. Lucius, what is your number one focus right now? Or if you had to look over those hooks and decide what you wanted to do next, what would it be?
Well, definitely kind of looking towards going towards my sire, but being very aware that also, my I don't think I can do this alone. So I need to sort of find a way of repairing the sort of relationship I have with the group, because that's the only way I can see any form of success coming out of this. So I'm probably going to try and suppress for the first time my urges, and and probably say to I've probably said to Clara that either to like to stay there and keep watch, just as I get a sort of an idea reading of the group that I have got into.
Okay, I'm going to just make a little bit of a stealth roll for Clara, because, you're basically saying stay around that River Run property, keep an eye on it. And to do that, she has to, if she's, prolonged stay there, kind of staying, a day or two, there's a possibility she could get spotted. So let me just roll that for you. Okay. I'm not going to tell you how she did.
Oh my God, man.
No, of course not. But in the meanwhile, so we know that Lucius is really focused on that location, on Washington's Landing.
Yeah.
I will say, in terms of Washington's Landing, a plan was floated last time. Perhaps we sick the Inquisition, you guys said, on the other location you know about that is a Camarilla holding that sewage treatment plant, drawing some guards off of it so that you could maybe infiltrate it or something. So, let me know what you're thinking. Let's talk now to Curtis Krieger. Where's Curtis in terms of what he'd like to make as his next move?
Curtis feels really bad, and I think he'd like to, but he'd like to do something maybe semi-virtuous to kind of sort of redeem the state of his soul. But it's hard to access this soul now that he's lost this much humanity. So, but I think destroying having this meeting has suddenly become even more important to him. He's going to dole out some frontier justice.
I love it. And so that's what he's kind of focused on right now. In a moment, we can find out if he'd like to bring other people in on that, or if he can be persuaded to, maybe put it on the back burner for a minute. But I will say that it is sort of like Brad set it up for like tonight. So it isn't, if you skip it, you might lose that opportunity, right? Yeah. Like that wasn't like you can come back to it at any time. It was something Brad specifically set up for you on your instructions. Let me talk to Jen Brown. Jen Brown, what are you thinking next step is for Jen Brown?
I think Jen's at a weird bit of a crossroads, because I think her confidence is a little bit shot from ruining the last Anarch Revolution. So it's one of those things of like, we could try to take the Camarilla out, but then Pittsburgh is lost, and then where do we go from there? So I think she's having a bit of a I don't know if a dark night of the soul is the right phrase, but now with everything a little bit shaky, I think she's kind of feeling unsettled and doesn't really know what to do, doesn't know where to go.
Well, I can tell you this. She has as her ambition, and these can be changed, or if you want to tweak this or something, break free from the Camarilla. Mm-hmm. Now, both the Camarilla and you guys are sort of under threat from the Inquisition right now. But if she takes moves toward attacking the Camarilla, crippling the Camarilla, things like that, she will start to like get willpower from that. She will, possibly if she were to like free her touchstone, she would get some, some encouraging things would happen to her, and that would, bolster her sheet. Even she would get things on her sheet that would help her, if that helps you decide at all. But I want you to play the character, as you see it, like truthfully. So if she's still kind of like, had tortured and not quite able to decide yet, that's absolutely fine. It's up to you.
I think she would probably, she still wants to get Sabrina out, but knows that it's a bit of a suicide mission.
Right. And so I don't want to push you as your storyteller either toward like, okay, everybody now has to attack Washington's Landing, a group of 3 versus an army of ghouls. Like, you can approach this however you want. Be really smart, get lots of surveillance, find things out before you pounce. And that's, if you want to make this a week-long sort of op, you could do that. But it sounds like no matter what, Curtis Krieger is going to go and make this meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and set a scene as our vamps are awakening for the night. Oh, by the way, return your resolve and willpower to yourself. And I think we're following, the next night. So I want a rouse roll from everybody to awaken from their slumber in this old tanning bed.
Oh God! I left even after sucking Clara dry.
Yeah, Lena.
Lena, sorry, there were. Oh, I killed her and don't even remember her name.
Oh God!
Oh, damn it! I've got 4 hunger still, so if I fail this roll, like Curtis is
wow.
Frenzy.
Okay, so let's. No, look, I think that, for hunger, you might have taken even more action, right, Curtis? And the reason you ended up only gaining, sating 1 hunger is because she was already really low. She kept telling you, "I'm hungry," and when you feed on a vamp, you can only feed as much as they have, and so let's do like you went out on another hunt, right?
Okay.
At some point the previous evening. Now, hunting is really hard in Pittsburgh right now and can possibly create heat for you that the Inquisition can follow up on. But you are an alley cat in your predator style, meaning you kind of just grab people off the street to feed on. Would you like to suggest a dice pool that you used to hunt the previous evening?
Stealth. Or actually, yeah, what would that be? Dexterity plus streetwise?
I'll allow it. Yeah. So you're kind of like finding, because the streets of Pittsburgh, you're finding spots where you can just kind of like grab someone, right?
Yeah.
So the very odd and not often seen dexterity plus streetwise roll. And I'm going to say hunting is hard. Everybody's off the streets. It's the year 2020. So this is going to be, you need 3 successes. But if you succeed, you're going to sate some hunger. And if you fail, you're still going to sate some hunger because we can't have you floating around at like almost 5 all the time, but you will have drawn heat. You will have drawn heat somehow. So
I got 3 successes.
There you go.
Nice.
And I'm going to allow you to sate. I'm not going to be super nice. I'm going to say that because you left the person alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to say then that you were able to sate 2 more hunger.
Okay.
And now you must make your rouse roll along with your friends.
And the rouse roll is like the dice pool with 1 and the hunger with 1, right?
Just hunger 0. Just roll 1 die and see if you succeed. And if you fail, then you get another point of hunger.
Okay, I got another point of hunger.
So did I.
Oh God, everybody's getting hungrier. How'd you do, Curtis?
I succeeded. So hey,
oh good.
happy tale. I just want to say, like, can it be somebody like maybe the night before it was somebody like jogging at night, maskless, like having a really angry phone conversation into their AirPods, and like it's just like, yeah, there. It's a human right. I should be able to go wherever I.
Exactly. So from now on, the coterie will only be sucking those types of people.
Right.
I think your stains are going to disappear like that.
Honestly.
So I'm going to set this scene now. That's what happened the previous evening. It's the next evening. You all risen from your from death into this dark tanning salon. There's no light, so everything looks kind of gray and blue. Not a lot of lights getting in. Even the front is sort of boarded up. And Curtis Krieger is getting packed, and Brad Lockwood's waiting for him. You guys notice that Curtis is getting ready to head out the door.
Kurt, where are you going?
It's a personal business to attend to.
You don't want to say?
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. Brad set me up a meeting with one of the new drug contacts in town. I just want to make sure that his operation is shut down.
I see. You're going by yourself?
Hell no, man. I'm going with him.
You're going by yourself with Brad?
Look, we got this, Kurt, man.
This is my thing. You don't need. No one needs to be a part of this, all right?
Okay.
You want anything while I'm out?
Yeah, you want us to get you a Mountain Dew?
Yeah, could I get another Postmates driver or whatever the hell we ate last time? I actually am kind of hungry. I'm at Hunger 3. Am I getting?
Or actually, I could say that, or maybe I could be like, hey man, you never know. Things go right. Maybe I could bring you back dinner.
The Hunger 3 is a threat, Jen. I mean, like we're now seeing in this game, I mean, it only took us, 36 sessions, but we're now seeing how that hunger creeps up on you and then creates big drama and scary problems. So I don't know if Jen would be motivated to join him to maybe, hunt a little bit. I mean, well, actually it's tough because her predator is a consensualist. So she prefers to have people, offer themselves for some sort of compensation is how she was doing it before.
Right. I'm kind of hungry now, honestly. I was hoping that maybe we could hunt or find someone.
I mean, I'm gonna be with someone shortly.
Okay.
You want to ride along?
Yeah, if I could.
All right. Yeah, of course. Happy to. Let's go, Brad. And,
Are you sure about this, Kurt? I mean, she doesn't know how to use a gun, man.
I'll be fine.
All right. And he goes out and he fires up the Tahoe. Lucius Ali, you can see them exiting. You may interact with this and join them, or you may hang back. It's up to you. It really is no problem.
Who's with me?
Well, you're in the tanning salon. People are just awakening. Almost all of the NPCs are there. So, Thana and Dylan and, the other vampire and some of the humans. Craig, Curtis's touchstone is still recovering a little bit. When you get fully drained of blood, you need a couple days. But Clara is, as you have set up, she's still surveilling the Camarilla stronghold. So that's who's there. I mean, any of the NPCs that we've introduced, you could kind of chat with if you'd like. You could also go off on your own business, Lucius, and we'll just handle it by kind of going back and forth. I'm cool with sessions like that. It's up to you.
I'm trying to think. So we've got how many? I mean, look, this sounds loaded as a loaded question, but I promise you it isn't. How many vampires do we have in our?
From you, that is a loaded question. But let's see. So Fauna is there. She is sort of the true believer, the Nosferatu. And then Circe's not there right now. Possibly she's out hunting. And everybody else is human. Dylan, Craig. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's everybody. Lena, as we know, has left the stage.
Part of me wants to talk to the Nosferatu, but then I'm also like, I think I'm going to look at the group and sort of just kind of, I don't know, I feel a bit distant. I'll be like, I might just shout from behind, like, you need another hand.
To us?
Yeah.
Seems to me that you can be a rather forceful presence. But like I said, this isn't... You don't need to do this if you don't want to, if you got something else going on.
No, actually, I think it'd be good to get some fresh air. Actually, I'll if you don't mind, Jen.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, right. And so here we go. And then Curtis puts on a Pittsburgh Steelers mask and hops in the car.
Perfect. You guys head in and get in the Tahoe. And so this party is, just to be clear, Curtis, Jen, Lucius, and Brad Lockwood at the wheel. And he kind of gives you a little bit of a debrief on your way to a 7-Eleven parking lot in Larimer, which is, a little bit more of a low-income neighborhood of Pittsburgh, especially here in the world of darkness. And he says basically that Curtis, what he told Maines, who is this guy, this pusher in town, like the guy that has the bulk of the market right now in town, he told him that you could open up new buyers. In particular, if he, handed you some product, you could bring back some money from vets. That's what Brad told him. There's always a lot of vets that you have access to that want to buy opioids. And so it's pretty despicable. I mean, you're basically the thing that you hate the most in the world. You're posing as that.
Right. As
someone who preys on vets. I mean, that's the lie that Brad told. And you never were very specific about what lie he should tell. So he's like, I hope that's okay, Kurt.
No, that's great, Brad. I mean, if this is the kind of guy we're dealing with, then I can't wait to meet him. What, is he bringing anybody? Do you know? Does he move with a crew?
I told him, we might have a couple folks in our crew. And he always has some friends with him. But I told him, this isn't any kind of, it's a friendly chat.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be real friendly.
I don't think he would be expecting, you three. Hey, Kurt, by the way, if you want me to help out, I could really, use a little juice.
Yeah, okay, Brad. You've done real good. Real good. And I'll feed you as soon as the deal is done.
Okay, Kurt. All right. Soon, the Chevy Tahoe pulls into, as I said, a 7-Eleven parking lot. And the 7-Eleven is, in fact, open. They are essential workers. And so you can see the taquitos and the corn dogs kind of turning inside. A bored lady clerk kind of sitting at the counter. She's the only one in there. It's brightly lit, yellow and colorful inside. And outside in the parking lot, it looks rough. There's trash everywhere. Overturned waste bins, a lot of graffiti. This is a rough corner. and there is no one else there yet. So you have time to talk or prep before your the person who's meeting you arrives.
I'm right in thinking that I look hideous right now, right? I look like a beast.
So the issue is that you went down in humanity. So when you don't get pink, when you don't rouse to use the blush of life, you look truly monstrous. And of course, taking on a more human appearance means you have to roll to see if you get hungry again. So that is a very good thing to bring up. Abu, are you guys going to do that before this human drug dealer arrives?
I'm gonna just ask and kind of talk to the group and be like, so what's the plan here? Who are we? Why are we here? Who are we meeting? I need to understand what's going on right now.
All right. Here's how it's going to go down. If this guy thinks he's meeting a new buyer, somebody's going to move his product for him. The vet's in the city. So we're going to have a meeting. And then I'll make sure I learn who his contacts are, where he's getting his product from, so I know who the next rung on the ladder is. And then I just kind of turn around to face you, and I'm still like fully monsterized. And it's like, and then I'll make sure that he doesn't deal to anyone ever again. And everybody gets to have a little snack.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna like lean back and be like, fuck.
Wait, Curtis. Won't someone just replace him? I mean, what's your goal here?
I mean, they're going to replace him, I'm going to find the next person up who he's getting his product from. And then I'll set up a meeting with them too. And I'll set up a meeting with the person above them if I have to.
Okay.
If you're going to get pink, now might be the time to do it. In fact, Brad turns to you and is like, all right, look like people. Because a big black SUV, one of those like kind of the ones when you get the Uber premium type SUV starts moving into the parking lot and stopping on the other side of the lot.
I'm gonna just get out the car then and sort of like look around for a spot to get a better survey, an idea of the area, but just in line of sight of the team, but also so I can see the group, because I ain't getting pink.
Yeah, of course. Why don't you just give me I think a streetwise roll. Why don't we do wits plus streetwise? Are you kind of hiding, Lucius? If you'd like, you could do wits plus stealth.
Yeah, I'd say I'm more hiding.
Okay.
So wits plus stealth, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. And just tell me how many successes you get.
4 successes.
Okay, great. So people start to get out of the car. And what are Curtis and Jen doing? As they get out, you can kind of see that they look like businessmen, really. They're not dressed like gangers or anything like that. And I'm talking business casual, right? Like just like collared shirts, jackets. Some of them aren't wearing a jacket. It's spring, and they're kind of like moving out of the car. The head guy has, he's big. His face looks like he's maybe lived a little rough, like he's got like some scarring and stuff like that. But other than that, and he has an earring, and Brad's like, that's Maine's. But other than that, he moves and meets your eyes like a businessman.
How many people?
Yeah, let's see. They're still getting out of the car. 4, including the leader, Maine's.
Maine's and 3 folks.
This is weird, but I don't recognize any of them, do I? There was no crossover between. They're all business casual dudes. Is there any crossover between?
Interesting.
Give me a politics roll, an intelligence plus politics roll to see if you recognize any of these guys.
Okay. Oh my god!
Yeah, I think that works.
Actually, Jen, if you'd rather, you could after you do that, you can do intelligence plus finance.
Oh, great!
Ooh.
That's much better. What a messy critical.
Okay. So a messy critical for Jen Brown in this very strange case means that you absolutely recognize one of these guys as a guy named Gordo, who used to peddle speed to coders and people that worked stocks all hours of the night. And it looks like he's come up a bit in the world. You were a little bit younger when you used to know this guy, but you don't like him. And your messy critical means that at some point in this interaction, you have to let him know that you know him. He's one of Maine's side guys.
Okay.
And I know I've debriefed with Brad totally about his former operation. Do I have a name for Brad's former supplier?
Brad's former supplier. Well, that was the Headleys. Remember?
Oh, right.
Yeah. So you guys took them out in early in our chronicle. And who the Headleys were earning from? Well, the opportunity to find that out may have eclipsed. So this is and a lot has changed in the year that you've been gone, Curtis. So
Right.
As far as you know, this is the main guy peddling heroin, oxycodone, things like that in Pittsburgh right now. And he walks forward and he goes, "Oh, are we getting pink, Curtis?" And
I got pink and hungrier.
Oh boy.
okay,
I don't have to get pink, right?
You do not have to. That's right, because you are a thin blood. And so
I think when I see Gordo, though, I'm gonna slowly get out of the car and hang by my lean against the door that I just came out of and watch. But I'm giving
Great.
the pink eye.
Okay, great. So we are going to say Gordo, two other guys, and this guy Maines. And Maines says, Brad. Brad's like, "What's up, man?" And you must be Curtis.
Yeah, that's right. Maines, yeah, Brad has told me a little bit about your operation. Glad you came to meet.
No, I'm sorry for the the meeting place. The coffee shops aren't open right now.
Hey, things are fucked up all over. We got to do what we can.
Oh, by the way, he and his guys. So it's they are all wearing masks. And Jen Brown, it's kind of another thing about your messy critical is you recognize this guy even with a mask on. You just know his eyes, like this guy Gordo. And so he's like, "Brad tells me that you can introduce me to some new buyers."
Yeah, that's right. There are a lot of people in my community very interested in the products that you're putting out. So if you're looking to invite a new person in your operation, the folks that we were getting from aren't really active anymore.
Right. He mentioned that. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Curtis.
Hey, I was overseas for a while. So I got a lot of contacts among the veterans here in the city. So we're looking for what you got. They're working with the Headleys for a little bit. But that operation seemed to fall off. But we're back in town and we're ready to work. And we've got access to the client base that you need. So I'm asking you, if you're looking to do business, or you're just coming here to ask questions.
One of his guys, it's Gordo, in fact, whispers something in his ear and points over to a corner of the parking lot behind you. And I can tell you that even though our very able stealth operator, Lucius Ali, rolled 4 successes, Gordo miraculously rolled 5, and he noticed that Lucius Ali was there. And that's when Maines goes, "Who's your friend?"
Feeling a little paranoid, Gordo?
And I'm like, huh?
I'm going to say, to justify why I don't like him, I think I'm going to say that maybe Sabrina used to be a coder and he was giving her speed for a little while.
Yeah.
And I had to like help her ditch it.
Yes.
And so I'm pissed at him and I blame him for that whole like stint of her life.
He looks at you and he goes, how the fuck do you know my name? Maines, I don't like this. And Maines is like, now you see all the guys kind of reaching for their guns. I mean, like, I can tell you guys saw Lucius hide you, and you can kind of tell, like, you know, when Maines goes, who's your friend, and points back at Lucius, you can tell what's about to go down. So you can. Hey. Oh.
I think everybody just needs to relax, okay? Yeah. Friend of ours. You brought people, we bring people. We're none of us stupid, are we, Maines?
Make a roll.
Okay.
I think that you can calm him with 2 successes on a composure plus persuade.
I don't
know, Curtis. I can tell you that one's a bit stupid. And I'm
you know what? It sounded like you were using Streetwise. Did you just say that out loud?
Yeah. I'm angry and I'm hungry.
Okay. You can use Streetwise, but now it's difficulty. It's now difficulty 4 because Jen Brown said that.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, brilliant!
And these guys are literally like reaching for their pieces. When
messy critical 7 successes.
Wow. Okay. So, Curtis, like, you don't just like calm them down, you like take control. And so I'll allow you to do that now.
Okay. We're none of, hey, okay, except maybe this guy, right? But look, we didn't come here to cause any trouble. We're business people, right? For the type of business that we're in, sometimes it pays to be a little paranoid. So why don't everybody just take your hands off your weapons and let's talk shop.
Curtis, that was a perfect performance of how you thought you sounded in your head. But this was a messy critical. So after Jen Brown like picked a fight and then you were moving among them like this and scaring the fuck out of them because you're not moving like a person.
Search me. Come on. Everybody calm down.
Are you offering to let them search you?
Yeah. I don't have my gun. Or maybe I do have my gun. Who fucking
Okay. One of the guys that's not Gordo pulls out a gun and Maines is like, this is already not worth my trouble, Mr. Krieger. I mean, who the fuck are you? To Jen Brown.
Well, you don't recognize me?
Gordo is kind of mystified. Yeah, he doesn't quite remember you, Jen Brown. Do you want to tell him?
You fed the habit of a friend of mine a while back.
All right. So you know our product is good.
Oh. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. In fact, it sounds like you're looking to feed the habits of a lot of our friends. So why don't you just come on to the back, follow me, and we'll show you just how good a business person we can be.
Your messy critical says that you have taken control, that you have sort of cowed them in the way that the apex predators that vampires can sometimes do, just by kind of throwing their weight around. These guys are not pushovers, but I don't know. You know, along with the diplomatic gesture of letting them remove your weapons, they are kind of following you, Curtis Krieger. And now I know that one of your objectives was to learn things from them, right? Mm-hmm. So are you putting that into play now?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what dice pool you'd like to use, and depending on the number of successes you'll get is how much I will tell you.
Okay. Geez, I guess for getting intelligence out of Well, I guess that this could go one of two ways. Now I think since we're all buds, it's soft touch, and we may move to hard touch in a moment. So for soft touch, I don't know, charisma or charisma plus, leadership, investigation.
I would accept either, except that I want you to use manipulation, because you're not interrogating them like, tell me right now. Although, are you just trying to be buds with them? Maybe I will allow you to use charisma. You're trying to be pals? Well, that's not true. You hate them. So
I hate them. Manipulation is the way to go. Yeah.
Manipulation. Yep.
All hunger dice.
Oh,
but 2 successes.
Wow. Okay. 2 successes. I'll allow you to know this. From speaking to them about operations for a little bit, you learned that they are getting their stuff from the Odessa mob, basically the Russian mafia, out of Philadelphia. But 2 successes is not enough for you to get the guy's name or any names. Okay. And you can clearly see that they're not stupid. They know their business. So lacking some kind of strong arm tactic, they're not going to tell you anymore. And right now they're, kind of asking you sort of info on like, how much you think you could move a week, things like that. They seem to have respect for you as a thug and bully who just sort of told them what's what. And they kind of have a little bit of respect for Jen Brown, who also is just kind of spitting in their faces with interaction.
Can I, over the course of this interaction, try to begin to in the way a dog would, herd them towards the rear of the Tahoe in such a way that they're out of the sight lines of the interior of the 7-Eleven?
That's tricky. But yes, you can try it. So I'm going to say that if you give me that's a really odd move. Let's see here.
I just want to like, it's the kind of thing like, hey, look in the back of the car. Almost like I'm just like, hey, here's the money that you stand to make.
Manipulation plus brawl to me seems like the kind of way you would position it, like, use footwork or like kind of subtle movement to kind of position an opponent. And so you may roll that. Unfortunately, you need 3 successes for this to work. But if this is the plan you set up with Lucius and Jen, they can sort of help you.
Okay. I got 2 successes, so a little help.
Well, then you really need them to, don't you? Who's helping? Who picked up? You know what? You didn't set this up ahead of time, so I want both of them to make insight rolls, wits plus insight rolls, and if they succeed, you'll get a die for each of them. So wits plus insight.
That's a good pool with 0 successes.
Oh no, I got 1 success.
That's enough. Jen Brown gets what's happening, and Jen Brown like kind of gives you a look really quickly, and then she kind of like covers a corner, and soon these guys are kind of behind the Tahoe, kind of speaking to you. They seem more relaxed, and they're taking all of your subtle kind of alpha cues to kind of move. And finally, you're pretty sure that you have them kind of out of sight of, people just going down the street or the clerk inside of the store.
And I can't see. I'm like, what am I seeing now? I've seen that they've moved, and I've kind of hung back because I don't know what's happening. So
I think that Lucius, like, if your thing is I'm hanging back and being the muscle when it's time to come in, you can move around if you'd like and kind of reposition yourself. You just were, the danger a second ago is they were going to realize what you guys were doing, but because Jen Brown helped, that didn't happen. Thank God.
Okay, so as I'm doing it, I'm just going to send like a cheeky text to Clara, be like, "You okay?" and then move in.
Yeah. So Clara, well, I'll let you remind me if I don't remember it myself, but we'll see what the response is if there is one. Okay. So, so you have these guys in the trap. You have them kind of surrounded. Lucius, you've got a good angle on them. So does Jen and Curtis. Brad is kind of hanging back, Curtis. You haven't fed him, and so he's kind of staying back.
Okay. Have they given my gun back to me?
No, they haven't done that.
Okay. All right. So first off, I want to, as a result of the diablerie plus everything else accumulated, I ended last session with 30 experience points or 30 points.
Yes, and those experience points can be spent on your blood potency or the disciplines of the vampire that you consumed. And yes, you could also spend them on other things. I think I might allow it as a storyteller, but that's primarily kind of where they're meant to go.
Okay, so I don't know what kind of vampire she was. That changes things because
I do, and I can tell you that these things could just start to manifest in you. Like you and I, as a player and storyteller, are having a discussion about experience points, but in the game, like suddenly you could just manifest a discipline power because you have consumed her.
Okay. So okay. I kind of forget how many XP I had before I drained.
Well, you got 30 XP from her, right?
30 total. So that was in addition to. No, I ended with 30. So that was
ended with 30.
I'm so sorry about all this math. I think 30 is the total after what I got from her and what I currently had added together.
That's what I remember.
So what I'm asking is, one of the disciplines that I wanted to get for a situation such as this is the next level of animalism, which would have cost 15. Mm-hmm. That is the discipline Quell the Beast. Allowed?
Yes, I'll allow it. I mean, in the book, it does say like it's. Well, let me just check what it says in the book. But I just want to explain to anybody watching, who knows the game, that I kind of think that Diablerie, what's so enticing about it is that it empowers you in the way that you want to be empowered. So you can pump it into blood potency, which makes your surges more effective. Mm-hmm. You can pump it into disciplines you normally wouldn't have access to by eating the right people. And you can also, let's see, 5 experience points per success. It can be spent on blood potency or disciplines known by the victim. I'm opening it up. Actually, this vampire even knew animalism. So
good. There we go.
There you go. It all worked.
Okay. Quell the Beast says it cows mortals and can shake kindred out of frenzy. Yeah. It's basically like it is like an alpha move, just like dominate you, like not like dominate in this game, but dominate like an animal would. So they're all behind the car, and I'd like to try that.
Great. Okay, so there are four antagonists here. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say you need 5 successes to get all of them. That's 1 success just to kind of get it off, and then 1 for each person. That's a lot. What is your animalism plus? What is it? How do we do Quell the Beast? Animalism plus charisma pool. Keep in mind you have that new dot of animalism now.
With that, it's my dice pool is 5, so I'd have to get a success on all the dice.
Well, you have willpower. Maybe you could make it happen.
Okay, here we go. Okay, and I will spend a willpower. Let's see. Unfortunately, one of the failures was a hunger dice, so it's not going to be 5. The most I can get is 4.
Okay. So that just means somebody's not cowed, right?
Okay, so it's 2. So I got 4.
You got 4, and describe to me how your power works. Give me the special effects.
Okay. So I don't know if this is canonical, but let's say we're all behind the car, and it's like, so you didn't give me my gun back. There's a little show of trust, and you all get to keep yours. And seems a little bit rude, doesn't it? Considering how, I carried weapons for this country for so long, and these are the people that you are trying to take advantage of. So why don't you just put your guns on the ground? And full like hair, like back of the neck, and like feel it in your chest, fury.
Okay, Gordo.
And I want to like a dog. I want to say I grab the closest one to me by the scruff of the neck. It's like...
Okay. This is funny. The two named guys and one other guy, I mean, immediately like take their weapons and like throw them on the ground and put their hands up like this and are like kind of cowering beneath you. The one who hasn't even been named yet, he's just one of the muscle that are with him, and he's like looking at his friends like, what the fuck? Like, huh? And I believe we're about to enter an action scene, or no?
Can I jump in and try to use dominate and try to get him to follow suit?
You may, of course. Give me a compel roll, and that will be using charisma plus dominate.
Okay.
Just rolling his resistance there.
Total failure.
Would you like to use a willpower?
It's only I can only re-roll one die. Would it even make a difference?
Well, he only got one success.
Okay, I can try.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Total failure.
So, Curtis, you say that these guys throw their guns down.
Put your gun away.
These guys throw their guns down. Jen Brown, please role play what you do. I just want to see it.
I just put your gun down. Hey.
Yeah, Jen Brown comes up behind him and like, yeah, you heard him.
Totally useless.
Okay, so maybe that draws my attention to the guy that hasn't. I would like to full Terminator style, just grab the barrel of his gun and just twist it away from me.
What? Great. He's going to try to shoot at you.
Yep.
And what is Jen Brown going to do this round?
I think I'm going to. I think I'll try to help Curtis. So I'm next to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I might try to do. Is there anything interesting I can do with far reach?
Absolutely.
Right now.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, look, I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you have been, well, you're hungry though. It doesn't sound like you've been taking your cocktails, but I could say you have one in the chamber. You have one in the chamber. I think that's fair to do. Far reach can snatch something away or move something through the air. So absolutely, there's all kinds of options for you. Yeah, I mean, there's guns on the ground right now that these guys aren't even holding on to. There's the gun in the hand that Curtis is trying to move away from him while the guy tries to blow his brains out. And anything else you could think of. There's trash in the parking lot.
Okay. So it seems like we're maybe not, because you're literally trying to bend the barrel, right?
I don't know about just I'm trying to just disarm him or break the gun or something. Yeah.
Even though I'm bad at guns, I'm going to try to far reach to grab a gun and just put it up to his temple.
Okay, great. That's going to scare the shit out of everyone. So let me just find that power. So that's what you're going to do. Lucius Ali, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm still because I just know as soon as I walk in there, it's going to be a fucking clusterfuck. So I'm just literally going to hang back and wait. I mean, what does my rapid reflexes do, by the way?
Rapid reflexes is a celerity power that allows you when someone shoots at you, you can dodge it. Normally, that's not an option for people because nobody's that fast, but you are.
Okay, so I'm on tender hooks. I'm ready to kind of pounce. So I'm just sort of aware of the situation. And as soon as I see things, and I'm kind of also keeping an eye out for the back to see if there's any noise that happens and we attract more attention, then I'm able to just tell everyone to just get the fuck out.
Lucius Ali, I'm going to say that if any point during when we're going to start rolling now, if you want to break in and because you have like kind of a whole held action, which I'll allow. So if at any point something happens that you don't like or you think it would help if you meddled in it, let me know. Just break right in. Okay. Sure. So here we go. Let's deal with the far reach roll first because I think it's really fun. The far reach is going to you have to make a rouse check, Jen Brown, and you need to give me a resolve plus alchemy, your thin blood alchemy roll.
Okay, I didn't get hungrier, thankfully. So it's resolve, you said?
Mm-hmm. Plus your thin blood alchemy. Yep.
5. I need to eat. I got 1 success.
Okay, so what I'm going to rule is that, Jen Brown, you're like, this is getting really tense. The guy's pulling the gun. Curtis is moving toward him. You blood, sweat breaks out on your brow, and one of the guns starts to slowly lift off the ground, but you weren't powerful enough to get it up to his head yet. So in the next round, you could continue your far reach control if you want, but right now it's sort of kind of floating off the ground. I'm also going to rule that one of the guys that was cowering sees that and is starts screaming because he's seeing the gun literally float and lift off the ground. And now, Curtis Krieger, I want you to give me your strength plus brawl roll to disarm the man.
Great. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna spend another wheel. Oh, my stores and garters. 3 successes.
Okay, so unfortunately, guns, you can pull a trigger faster than perhaps you can engage with somebody. And so he does get a shot off, Curtis Krieger, to the tune of 5 successes. You got 2, you said?
3.
Okay, so he only has 2 plus this gun is a small pistol. It does an extra 2 damage. So you have 4 aggravated damage coming at you. And I think that Curtis literally gets shot in the head. And what these guys don't realize is that is not going to put Curtis down. So Curtis, please take 4 aggravated damage.
4 aggravated damage. 1, 2.
I'm sorry, not no. I'm so sorry. To you, they are superficial damage because it's just a regular gun.
So great. It's it's twist, and then he's back.
Well, what I would like for this, actually, I'm not gonna. That is what happens. And there's blood coming out of the front of your head, but you have not been put down. And Lucius Ali, I can just tell you that if you're kind of on Overwatch and realizing that you have to kind of keep the situation quiet, a gun going off is very bad for that. And I will allow you to make now a wits plus alertness roll.
Okay. Wits plus alertness. Where's my alertness?
Oh my God! That's probably awareness. I apologize.
Awareness.
I still always remember in the first or second edition of Vampire, it was called alertness. I think
I got 2 successes.
Great. That is enough for you to realize that you kind of look around the side of the building and you see that the lady clerk in the 7-Eleven is kind of rushing to the door and looking out, and she has a phone in her hand. Okay, new round. What is everybody going to do? Let's start with Curtis Krieger.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, guys, we're going to do 3-2 done, meaning we're not going to necessarily play this out till everybody is out of HP. We're just going to do 2 more rounds, and at the end of that, we're going to see if we can agree on who won this this altercation, because there's so much more game to play tonight. So, Curtis Krieger, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to. I mean, I want to destroy these people. So, right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to. This guy shot me, and I'm gonna try to fucking rip his arm off.
Okay, great. It sounds like you're blood surging.
Yeah.
So that's another rouse roll, but it would allow you to add a point to strength when you do your strength plus brawl.
Okay. That's a success.
Okay. So you didn't get hungrier, but you now have, for this round, you've got an extra point of strength when you try this attack, which we'll roll in a minute. Jen Brown, a pistol is slowly wobbly, like floating up off of the ground. What would you like to do this round?
Was it Gordo?
Who was freaking out?
Yeah, who started screaming?
Yeah, it was Gordo.
Okay, I'm going to shift the gun. Rather than going for the guy that I think Curtis probably has handled, I want to shift it so that it's pointing at Gordo's temple.
Okay, no additional roll for that. I think you're motivated and it's part of your storyline today. So the gun just starts to shift and he's like screaming and then it starts shifting to point at his face. And I want to just, we'll see in a second. I'll narrate it all out. And Lucius Ali, what are you going to do this round?
So if I've noticed the lady, I'm just gonna start going up to her, but I'm gonna like keep my head down and just start like coughing, like coughing like horrendously, like gotta cover my face. I'm just
Oh wow, I love it. That is a I'll let that be a charisma or manipulation plus subterfuge. Or
right.
It's performance. You could use performance if you have any of that.
Oh, no, definitely charisma plus subterfuge.
The guy with the gun is going to shoot the gun again if he can. And so, Curtis, let's have your attack and his attack.
Okay, you want it? Or you?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a messy critical.
Oh. Shit. Okay, so he made how many successes is that? You win, of course. I just want to know.
7.
Okay, so you wipe out any success before he can like pull the trigger back again. You have his arm, and what I'm going to narrate, Curtis. I'm going to let you narrate. When players are successful, they narrate. If I can remember to do that. So, what happens?
Okay. So it's like
pull the trigger again, and you're on top. You've just turned, and you're on top of him immediately. And
I think it's like it's not pull. I roll into him, and it's like and cuff the arm under the other arm, so his face is like smashed up against the back of my neck, and I'm holding now the gun almost like towards his boys, and it's just like, and he just maybe sees the side of my face at the fang, like that was a mistake. and then I just pull away from me, and you just hear the bones and sinew rend as the arm comes off in my hand.
Lacking potence. I'm not going to let you rip the arm off, but what you have done is possibly even more violent and worse. You just pull it, and it just dislocates like horribly. And he's like, ah! Like suddenly his scream is so high pitched. Jen Brown, the gun turns, it slowly floats and turns to face Gordo right at head level. Let's see if Gordo can figure something out here. He's not a dumb guy. Yeah, he suddenly looks up into your eyes and realizes it's you, Jen Brown. That's like controlling it. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. Please don't kill me, please. Lucius Ali, how did your roll go?
I got 5 successes.
Okay,
nice.
So the second the clerk sees you moving toward her with like coughing like that, she rushes to the door and is trying to kind of lock it and like get away from you before you get inside of the 7-Eleven. So let's do our final round of this conflict. I can kind of tell where it's going to go, but you never know when there might be a surprise. And let us begin with Curtis Krieger. This guy is immortal. You have dislocated his arm in a very painful way. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to say he drops the gun and he's sort of not a threat to you right now. The other 3 men are on the ground. One is begging Jen Brown for mercy. Feels good to fight humans sometimes, right? Yeah. So what would you like to do, Curtis Krieger?
I pick up, I drop the guy, and I pick up 2 of the guns that are on the ground. And I go to the sniveling Gordo guy. I'm just like, get in the car. And
oh, okay, great. Jen Brown, you sort of have this guy like with your floating gun. I don't know how much revenge Jen Brown wants, and she doesn't necessarily know that Curtis is about to take him hostage. Thoughts on what your move is? It could be something that backs up Curtis's move, or it could be something different.
I was actually also going to tell him to get in the car. So I feel like if he complies, I'm going to have the little gun float after him as he goes to the car.
I'm afraid I don't think Far Reach will allow you to Jean Grey for 10 minutes. So, but I think it'd be fun for you to make one more roll with it, if you'd like. And so that roll again, it just is resolve plus alchemy. Curtis Krieger, why don't you just give me a leadership plus charisma now, since you're or is intimidate on there? It is, isn't it? Give me a charisma plus intimidate, Curtis Krieger, and Lucius Ali. What are you going to do? This woman is trying to lock the door before you arrive.
But her hand, she's still got like a phone in her hand, hasn't she?
Yeah, but you can. I mean, like she's not talking into it, so you've stopped her from talking, right? Like, so it's all about like what she does next. She's not as fast as you, but she's trying to lock this door before you get inside.
Can I try and I want to connect with her, but cloud memory like instantly, basically.
Yeah. So I think that what you could do is even do it through the glass of the store. Right? Do you want to try that?
Yeah, and just cloud her memory.
Okay, so cloud memory is going to be charisma plus your dominate. Cool. And let's all roll dice. Let's start with Curtis Krieger.
2 successes.
Okay, Jen Brown, how did your far reach roll go?
2 successes.
So he's even after Curtis is like get in the car, like, and he's pointing guns at him, like Gordo is just kind of freaking out. And then your 2 successes, Jen Brown, the gun like goes flying into your hand, and you tell him yourself. Tell him. Let me hear how Jen Brown sounds.
He said, "Get in the car, Gordo."
He goes running toward your Tahoe. Brad's got it like all open for him, like ready to go. And now we come to our final action. How did your dominate go, Lucius?
4 successes.
Lucius, I'm going to have her resist. Let's see how she does. 1 success. 3 successes is more than enough to cloud her. And so you press up against the window of the 7-Eleven, and what do you do? What do you say?
I just literally look at her and I'm like, it's just another day at a 7-Eleven.
Am I right?
She kind of like the phone kind of goes down, and you see her kind of like, and it's like you're this close to her because you're right outside the window, but she's not even seeing you. You're not in her memory anymore. And you see her kind of like go back toward the counter and like start straightening some stuff.
Right. And I'm literally then going to just dart to go see the guys and just go and help them out as well.
Well, I think that according to our 3-2 done rules, you not only stopped yourselves from gaining heat in the Masquerade, you also successfully met your objectives here. So there are 3 men cowering on the ground, and there are 3 vampires who might be hungry.
Well, this isn't my food, so I'm just going to.
Oh, that's right. And Jen Brown, if you want to feed on these guys, you have to. We've always said Jen Brown has some trouble, feeding non-consensually. I think she might make. I'm just throwing things out there. You tell me, but she might make an exception for this Gordo guy.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I had a plan for him, but I also don't want to fuck up Curtis's plan. So I'm wondering if he wants this guy alive.
I want this guy. I basically stole him as dinner for us.
Oh, great. Okay, then yeah.
But also to interrogate him somewhat.
Okay, yeah. Then I think she'd make an exception for Gordo.
Okay, I'll allow that. I'll allow that. She's got history with this guy, and basically he's doing whatever you tell him to do. So maybe it's not quite as under duress as it seems once the interrogation has been conducted. And so just tell me, are you making your escape now? You're leaving these other guys kind of on the ground of the parking lot, and heading out with Gordo. Is that what's happening?
I think so. But on the way as I pass Maine's, just get down nearby, just be like, you're done. Do you hear me? If we hear that you're moving any product into the city, then we're going to come back. And I promise you we won't be so nice. And then and then Curtis is like wound up. So a little like kiss on the head. And then he rips his earring off and walks away.
Oh. Dude, I just rolled like a willpower roll for Maines to see if this would make him more determined to come at you later or whether he would actually be afraid of you. And I'm not going to tell you what I rolled. I'm not going to tell you what I rolled, but you guys are in the car. You're headed back. You can interrogate this guy in the car. You can wait till you're back at your hideout. What's the plan?
I don't want him to know where the hideout is.
Yeah, I'd like to do it in the car.
You'd like to what in the car?
Do it in the car.
Feed or interrogate?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me an interrogation roll, and this is to get more information about the next guy up in the drug kingpin ladder. I think it's an intimidation roll if Jen Brown is helping, or if she's the lead actor here, and maybe Curtis is helping. If Lucius is helping, those are extra die.
I'll let Curtis take lead, and I'll help.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that we want a resolve plus intimidation, Curtis Krieger.
Okay. Intimidation is weirdly not a good role for me.
Well, Curtis is, he's not a guy that tries to scare people. He's a man of action who literally gets kind of sort of used as a pet by a lot of people. So that's why. But
he's a wiry little cuss. He doesn't. But here we go.
Does Lucius Ali have intimidation?
No, I don't. Sadly.
Does Jen Brown? You don't either. I'm not going to let them help. It's up to you, Curtis.
Okay, here we go. 3 successes.
Well, that's amazing. Especially, I was going to give you a little bit of an advantage because this guy's been so thoroughly terrified and seen magical powers and everything tonight. So he's scared shitless. He'll tell you whatever you want to know. He says the Odessa mob out of Philly are the people supplying them. And he gives you a name. And the name he gives you is Lavro Makarovich. Lavro Makarovich.
Great. Okay. I take his phone for a second, and I want to see does he have this contact's number in there?
Gordo doesn't have it, or he doesn't have it marked like that. And I'm going to say your intimidation was so successful that, he'll even show it to you. And he's like, only Maines talks to him.
Okay. Cool. Well, we know how to reach Maines if we need to get some more info.
Sure.
Great.
So here's what happens next. You have just taken a huge step in fulfilling your character's desire, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while you guys pick what you'd like to do next, I'm just going to kind of quickly look and see, what that might mean for you. But I think that it might give you a little bit of an advantage that might help you out.
What I would like to do, because I think this guy, I'm going to say also that Sabrina really hated this guy. Like after she kicked the habit, she had like a lot of residual shame. And I think maybe even I remember thinking, like hearing her once say like, I would fucking kill that guy if I got my hands on him kind of thing. So what I want to do is I want Curtis and I to have dinner. I want to kill this guy. And I literally want to I want to write a note and basically leave him on the Washington's Landing Bridge as like a gift for Sabrina. Like I want it to be like an offer.
Jen Brown's Breaking Bad, everybody.
Whoa.
I think that is something your coterie mates would have to kind of agree to, and then give the order to old Brad Lockwood. So Is everybody cool with this plan?
I'm so down for that. It's amazing.
Okay, great. So we are feeding on this gentleman, and he is going to, you're going to kind of drain him, right?
Well, maybe I should see if she can control herself or not, or if she just drains him. I don't know. Has she killed a human yet at all?
I don't think she has. There was when you were ravenously hungry, like in the second session, and they had you like locked in like a boardroom. I think that people took stains because of how ravenously hungry they were when they leaped upon the food they were given. You've since cleared those stains through various actions. I think that it's up to you, Jen Brown. It really is. If you want to see what happens when she goes down this road, we can do that. Or she can, have like a willpower roll as she's feeding to see what she does.
I think I want to go with the plan and then do a willpower roll to see if she controls herself or not.
Okay. Great. So every Curtis and Jen Brown can each remove a point of hunger. And then this is where we get into the danger zone. Curtis, are you disengaging after that?
Wait, just after one?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay, this is going to be even tougher. So you're in the back of a Chevy Tahoe. I'm going to put Lucius Ali in the passenger seat since he was kind of like, doing Overwatch. He was the one that went and jumped in the front.
I'm looking at my phone as well.
And you get a text back like she's like all cool, and then she's like lots of guards.
Okay, wait. I'm just sucking.
And then she goes, "How are things?"
And I'm going to text her. I'm going to text her saying, "We're coming."
Okay, so Curtis Krieger, you want to continue to drink?
Is it weird that I'm like I don't? Because if I went first, I want. The whole reason I took him mainly was like it's like a cat bringing a mouse to their owner. I'm just like I get done and I'm offering it to Jen like, see, we did a good. See, we did a good thing. I got you a gift.
So awful. I'm gonna just say that in the moment that the Curtis's, they call it the kiss, sort of just leaves Gordo clear for just a moment. Before Jen Brown, you start to partake of his heart's blood. He looks at you and he's half delirious and he goes, "Whatever I did, I'm sorry."
Oh, God.
Oh, Curtis Krieger, you can add a point. You can recover a point of willpower.
Oh yeah, dog.
Yeah.
I feel like that might tickle Jen's humanity a little bit. I wonder if I should roll my humanity to see if that stops me from going through with this plan.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, why don't you roll?
I have a lot of
how hungry are you?
Do I take off a point of hunger yet? I was at 3.
So you're starting to feed. You're only at 3. You're not in like crazy. You're not at 4. Give me a willpower roll, and you can add 1/3 of your humanity. What's your current humanity?
7.
So I'll let you round up.
8.
8. Okay, that's really good. So I'm gonna let you round up. So I'm gonna let you add 3 for your humanity, plus your current willpower. And depending on the amount of successes you get, since you've called for this roll, I'm going to say if you get a lot of successes, you're only going to just sip one little bit of blood off of him and leave him alive.
Okay, so do I roll any hunger or do I just do 5 die?
Just roll, yeah. So your current willpower plus your 3 you get from humanity would be 5 dice. Uh-huh. Yeah, just roll that.
3 successes.
That is so many successes that I think that, Jen Brown does decide just to kind of sip a little bit of vitae off of him. And he is still alive, but he's very pale and he's about to fully go unconscious.
I'm going to slap him around the face a little bit to wake him back up. And I'm going to take out my phone and I'm going to start recording him. And I'm going to say, repeat after me. Gordo, I'm not going to peddle drugs anymore.
I'm not going to peddle drugs anymore. I'm not.
I made a mistake and I'm sorry, Sabrina.
I made a mistake and I'm sorry, Sabrina. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And I stop recording. And
he falls unconscious. Are you, Brad looks back, are we going to Washington's Landing?
No. We can go home.
We got to leave this guy somewhere.
Where do you want to put him?
I mean, anywhere's fine with me. Trying to think if there's strategic. I mean, if a place that would draw them away from or not suggest where we are is the.
So, not trying to get you to do a launch a raid on Washington's Landing, but Clara's basically saying that she's able to camp out at this church and people come by. I mean, not church, this bridge, and people are coming by. It's far enough away from where she's saying the main Camarilla stronghold is that she can kind of just watch the cars come back and forth over the bridge. That is, if Lucius shares that, it's probably a place you could leave him, or leave this phone message you've created, or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. That's not. You don't have to go with that.
No, I'll relay the information that I just said. After you said that we're not going anymore, I'll just say, look, I just told Clara that we were on our way, and I'd appreciate it even if we decide not to, if we could just pick her up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and so soon your car is sort of about to go over the bridge to Washington's Landing, and Clara knows about the Tahoe, and so you see her she's just completely invisible till you get right up on the bridge, and Brad's driving at 15 miles an hour. It's late, it's dark, there's not a lot of traffic moving around, and suddenly this shadow moves out of the bushes, holding a backpack, wearing a hoodie, and it's Clara. And she puts her thumb up like she's hitchhiking.
There she is.
When the headlights come on her, she's got a big smile on her face, and she hops into the back of the car and she sees Gordo and she's like, "Fuck! What happened here?"
Dinner, and I'm gonna shove him out the back doors and kind of just leave him at the side of the road.
He goes rolling out the back doors. He remains unconscious, and I've just rolled to see how soon someone will find him. But I'm not going to tell you the answer to that. I want to know what you do next. Do you head back to your haven, or is there another? There are enough hours left in the night to get another bit of business done, or you can discuss your next move.
I'm going to ask Clara, so you said there's a lot of guards. Is it still quite active?
They're moving around all night. I did find out one thing.
What?
Well, I snuck around the neighborhood a little bit, that River Run place, and the ghouls, the guards, they go there and sleep at night too. There's 15 houses in the little subdivision, but there's one house they don't live in, that they sort of stay away from. It looks the same as the others, but it doesn't have a guard.
You're kidding.
I don't know. I mean, you still have to get past the guards at the gate to get into the entire subdivision, but that house, it doesn't seem like it has a regular rotation of people patrolling it.
Okay. That's great. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. Okay. Look, where are we going? Are we going back, or what are we doing?
I think you can tell me if Jen could do this from the car, but I think what I want to do is I want to basically drop that video that I took, because I have my back door into Rena's computer basically, and I want to, like, without leaving a trace of me, basically just drop that into her files or something, a place that she would find.
I think you can do that. I think that I do want, because I am keeping track of how much, notice you guys are getting in various situations. So I do want to roll for it to see if you're able to just seamlessly and, without a trace, throw that into some file folder on her computer. So could you please give me an intelligence plus, I think it's technology?
Okay, great. And I'm down to 2 hunger now?
That's right. You took off 1 of your hunger.
Intelligence plus technology. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a willpower on that one. Just to make extra sure. 3 successes?
Well, that's plenty.
Okay, great.
So what happens is you have not only put it into her computer, but it's like in a place she'll definitely find it soon. And you may regain a point of willpower
Cool.
for having made a move toward maybe breaking this psychic control over your touchstone. You've shown that even though you've been gone for a year, you're still thinking about her, and you're taking horrible revenge against those who have wronged her. So that's out there, and I think that you feel good about it, Jeff Brown.
Sweet.
So I mean, there's a little time left in this session. I think there's enough time to. Well, I leave it up to you guys, but I think there's enough time to plan your next move a little bit and start on your next move. And like I said, that doesn't mean everybody has to act in concert, but I'll just repeat the hooks, which is that we have the sewer treatment plant, the hospital, Washington's Landing, which we have just kind of checked in on, and we have one clue about it. There's a house in the River Run subdivision that doesn't appear to have a posted guard. Let me just cross off this drug deal hook. And then there is the mysterious black sedan that's been driving around town looking for Kindred, looking to interview and talk to Kindred. So let me know what you guys would like to do next, but I'm going to allow you to return to your haven and plan your next move.
This is a bit meta, but I haven't discovered yet that I can use diffractionate.
Yes, and you should work on that. Do you want to like have the scene where you do that?
I was wondering if I could have the scene where I do that, or if that's something that could be tied to the hospital if we decided to go to the hospital.
It certainly could. We could work that in however you want. So if there's a scene at the hospital where you're kind of like looking into whatever that violent altercation that occurred there was, you could maybe also try to snag some blood while you're there and then experiment with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes sense.
I know that when we arrive, as the others get in, I think maybe Brad and I stay in the car and I give him his treat for a job well done.
Give me a rouse roll.
Okay, here we go. Oh, what's it gonna be, baby? I fail, so I get the rear.
He lifts himself off of your wrist and he's like, "Hell yeah, Kurt! That's the good shit, man."
Good boy. Good boy.
We're gonna fucking own this town, man. Oh God, I mean, I can't believe we've taken Maine's out of the game, dude. I mean, we could own the whole market. I mean, we're gonna be making money hand over fist. I'm buying me a fucking boat, motherfucker.
There you go, Brad. I don't think he knows what we're doing.
No. The good thing is he's heavily blood bonded to you. So he kind of has to do whatever you tell him, or it's
Correct.
very difficult for him to resist. Let me just so I've talked to each of you except for Lucius. So Lucius, what are you thinking? I mean, these guys have little scenes and missions in mind. Is there something you're focused on your sire? Is there you could do more surveillance or more prep? It sounds like what you guys have done tonight is sort of powered yourselves up for an upcoming conflict, right? Maybe that's a smart way to go. But you let me know what you think the character wants.
I think I'm gonna. So there was something going on at the hospital. There's an altercation at the hospital, and then we know that there's something going on down at the sewage system, right?
Yeah, the water and sewage treatment plant. Yeah, that was near that hospital.
Which is near the hospital, which is connected to Washington's Landing to a degree, to the people at Washington's Landing, right?
So the Camarilla who are in Washington's Landing are monitoring every kind of like email or report about changes in water pressure and pollutant levels and things that are coming out of that sewage treatment plant.
So I'm going to just turn to the group and say, look, the night is still young, and I feel that maybe we should have a little visit towards the sewage and water plant system, just to see what's going on down there.
So the good news about this is, if you wanted to kill two birds with one stone, UPMC St. Margaret, the hospital that we mentioned, is literally walking distance in less than 10 minutes from that sewage treatment plant. You could stay together, you could split up, but you'd be kind of in the same area. And you have, let's see, we're getting a lot done tonight. You have like 4 hours left in the night to kind of get some of this done. So let me know. Are we going to the sewage treatment plant, the hospital, or both, splitting the party? And of course, your allies are available to you, except for Craig, who I think is still resting.
You guys are just gonna. I mean, we would just surveil the sewage treatment plant, right? We wouldn't go in. Like,
I mean, we wouldn't. I mean, well, it depends on how open it is. But if let's say for example, I would suggest, if I was to go in, I'd go with Curtis, and then I'd give you Clara to go into the hospital with, because she'd know a bit more of, and I would have obviously have told her a bit more about the kind of medical stuff and everything like that, and she would probably be able to kind of get her way through a lot easier in regards to if there are people there or if there's anyone there. But
right.
But that is my suggestion.
Okay, cool.
Makes sense to me.
Just so, because I'm sort of, I think Lucius now is sort of like in this moment of like thinking, right, okay, lots of guards there. Is there a way to draw the attention to somewhere else to then be able to then find a way to get over there? And it's like almost like setting up a trap here in order to watch there, then go in there when need be. That's the kind of mentality I'm in. And I'm probably also saying this all aloud while
right. And that's when Craig, like from the corner, is like, Intel, you got to know your enemy.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And so there is a trip then out to the north side of the Allegheny River. Are we taking two vehicles? It's not super important to your
Do we
success.
have two vehicles?
Yeah, there's a Toyota Celica floating around in my notes here somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
I don't think you drove it off a bridge or had someone throw a Molotov cocktail into it.
Sure. That's probably smart, just in case.
Okay, Clara and Jen Brown are in a car, and Lucius and Curtis are in the Tahoe. The ladies are in the Celica, and so everybody's driving out. And so first, I would like to just hear for a moment what the conversation between Lucius and Curtis is on the way out to the sewage treatment.
Oh yeah, I left them alone. I forgot about this. Gulp.
I'm gonna just sort of look. I'm gonna look down a bit, and then I'm gonna like kind of look over to Curtis. I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry. I pushed you that way. But it was good, right?
Yeah. It felt amazing.
Right.
But in my life, I felt a lot of amazing things. And they're always great. At first. You need to watch yourself, man. Some days I feel like I'm hanging by a thread. I don't know. Like, to me, the best part about this life, or unlife, is that when we go to sleep, you don't really sleep. It feels like you're slipping away completely. The best part about this is that you never dream. So you never have a nightmare. I prefer it if I could keep the nightmares out of while I'm awake as well.
Meanwhile, in a Toyota Celica headed north. So if you're kindred, how come you don't have the white makeup,
I don't
the
know.
spook face?
I never have. I guess they're some like me, some like Thana. There's kind of different species, I guess.
I mean, what are you trying to do? Because Lucius, he's got a plan.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a friend back. And apart from that,
and then what? You live forever. Like, what are you going to do after that? See, Lucius, he's got like a plan for like his entire like immortality.
what's his plan?
I mean, he's going to get as powerful as he can so he can change it. He can change the vampire government. I mean, who knows? Maybe even vampires could reveal themselves one day. But in order to do that, he has to get powerful. He has to. What are you laughing at?
He just reminds me of someone.
You
It doesn't go
plan,
that.
Jet Brown. You need a plan. I mean, otherwise you're just going to go crazy.
Clara, look. Lucius might think he has a plan now. Nothing about this life goes to plan. You might want to think about yourself too.
I'm all right, Jet Brown. My brother will take care of me. And then you arrive at the hospital, and I would like to handle your scene there first, if I may. Both of you don't need to do any kind of blush of life to look like regular humans walking into a hospital very early in the morning. And because you do have, the police report, here at UPMC St. Margaret, just a night or two ago, there was a violent altercation with someone who attacked one of the patients. A security guard, Tim Meyer, responded to the problem, and by the time the police arrived, the assailant, the person that committed the assault, was gone. But it did result in the death of the patient.
Okay.
That is what the police report says. you can go in and ask questions or look at the scene or do whatever you'd like. And so let me know how you think Jen Brown would handle this.
I think we would go in posing as journalists, maybe.
Mhm.
And I would try to get information without using vampiric powers, maybe, to see if that works to start. And then also, I would say that maybe I've brought a bag with me and I want to snag some blood if I can, surreptitiously.
Great. So we have two maneuvers that are happening here, and I love them both. First, let's deal with the first one. Clara and Jen Brown pretend to be journalists. So you find a nurse, the charge nurse at the desk. There are also other nurses running around and doctors, but they look quite busy. You're sure that you are in the emergency room, which is where the assault took place. So it would have been some of these staff that dealt with it, although you don't see a security guard right at the moment. So do you want to talk to the charge nurse, one of these doctors or nurses running around? Who are you talking to?
Yeah, one of the nurses, probably.
Okay, so there is a nurse named Minnie, according to her name tag, at the charge nurse desk, and she's kind of like, busily entering charts into a computer.
Hi, Minnie, is it?
Yeah.
Look, I was wondering if I had a second to ask you a couple of questions. I'm, what's the newspaper in Pittsburgh? I'm a reporter with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Yeah, great. And then Clara's like, yeah, we both are. And she kind of looks at both of you a little skeptically, but this is where a role would come in handy, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, how is Jen Brown charming and believable as a reporter? I think that's going to be a charisma plus subterfuge, isn't it?
Could I maybe do a intelligence plus subterfuge or an intelligence plus persuasion or something to seem like I'm on the up and up?
Okay, so I will allow it because I'm thinking that you're just like throwing out all of this like journalism jargon that you've picked up, and it makes you sound like a real reporter. Go for it.
Great. 4 successes.
Great, and now Clara's going to roll because she decides to throw around some of this terminology too.
She knows medical terminology, though, at least. Maybe.
She does. She did very well.
Oh, great.
Got 3 successes. So she's like, we share a byline. I'm the medical reporter. Interesting. You're using the new ACAPS chart system. So the nurse is like, yeah, and it's a pain in the ass, and you can put that in your paper. What do you ladies want to know?
We were just wondering if maybe we could maybe see the scene where it happened and stuff. Look, I feel like the cops didn't really do their due diligence here, and it seems like they kind of left you high and dry. We're hoping that maybe we can look into what happened, maybe get you guys some exposures or stuff like this doesn't happen again. Get some eyes on the hospital, get you guys a little bit more support.
Well, that would be appreciated and welcome. Follow me. It's just one of our little, and she throws back like a curtain. The guy was in here, and who knows who had it in for him. I mean, he looked like he might be a substance user, although we had not determined that before he expired. He was in here for something else.
What was he in there for?
I'm sorry. I'm not really supposed to give people that information.
Right. I understand. If you were to be quoted anonymously.
Clara's like, it's relevant to the story. He had gonorrhea, honey.
Oh, got it. And what did he look like? What did the assailant look like? Is there anything?
50 years old. I could look up his chart to give you his name.
Sure, that would be great.
Luke Merrill was his name. But I didn't see the assault or the altercation. That was our security guard.
And do you have
Tim.
any cameras around that maybe footage that could be reviewed?
Well, you'd have to talk to security.
I don't really. Let's see.
Of course, Tim's not here today.
Well, if Tim's not here, maybe you
They
could just.
gave him a couple days off.
Well, sure. I'm sure he's traumatized after what happened.
Well, no, I mean he. Okay, this is off the record. He said the man flew up out of his bed, and that suddenly something invisible slashed his throat.
So he's saying that the assailant wasn't even visible?
You can see why they're giving him a couple days off. He might have to have a psych eval.
Well,
unless
look,
he changes his story.
it sounds like something fishy is going on here, and we would really love to be able to review those tapes to be able to see if there's something that we can glean, since maybe the only person that saw the attack is not doing so well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the investigators that came in, there were the cops at first, and then there was a detective.
What was the detective's name?
I don't know. He was French. Meanwhile,
Poirot.
just a short walk away, you guys arrive at this sewage, water, and treatment plant, and you can see that there's clearly a portion of the building. It's a modern, kind of sleek, beautiful building that they've put along the river, even though it has this sort of not glamorous function for the city. So it has a kind of like a shell-like kind of look to it. Big doors that you can go into the front of and enter a large lobby where you can access various offices. But you're outside right now. I just want to let you know that it's like perfectly easy to walk in and out. Then behind it, facing the river, it's all fenced in, and that's where you can see, various workings of Pittsburgh sewage and, filtration system back there, where probably, trained city workers sort of operate and maintain that equipment. It'll be harder to, or maybe easier actually, depending on how good you are at jumping fences and hiding behind tanks of water, to get into that area. That area is clearly off limits. And so I ask Lucius and Curtis, what approach do they take? Do they just watch the building? Do they go peek around? What do they do?
I'm going to look to Curtis and just kind of just look to him and say, how lucky are you feeling tonight?
Oh, no, it started on a pretty good note.
Thought so. Should we go where we're not supposed to?
I mean, who's going to stop us? And then I take one of the pistols that I confiscated from the drug dealers and
I'm going to take it. Yeah, take it.
Belt it up and
boy, here we go.
Light the fires.
I first want stealth rolls. Are you going back into the workings part of the building, or if you want to get into the front, the offices part, you'll need a larceny roll because you're like breaking into doors, right?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm leaning stealth, but what are you feeling?
Stealth sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let me have first. Let's first just like kind of see how difficult the stealth roll will be by giving me a dexterity plus athletics roll to kind of climb up and jump the fence.
Oh God. Okay. I've got 2 successes.
Okay.
I got 4.
Great. You guys You guys know your shit. You climb up the fence and you kind of swing over quickly. And so the stealth roll right now is just 2 successes. That's all I need on your stealth roll. So give me a dexterity plus stealth roll.
It's a good thing
got
I am
3.
not with you guys.
I got 3.
I got 3.
Okay, great. And so now you need to look for clues. As far as you know, you've been very silent. And I think both of you, from being late night skulkers in the dark, you know when you've kind of made some risky moves, but you feel like you've been moving silently and in the shadows. And you're out in this sort of, courtyard that, is concrete, but with places where pipes and things eventually move over to the far side of this courtyard, which starts to empty into the river. And there's various machinery that can be maintained and regulated out here. But the back of the building has sort of a bay or loading dock where like little vehicles that they use to drive around out here are kind of like parked. And also you can get up into like the inner workings of the filtration plant, which are more complex and technical. They can't just, they're not just big tanks they can leave outside. You can see like machinery and things kind of, shining in there. And so are you looking for clues, or you just tell me what you would like to do?
Are there people here? There are people here right now. We can see that there are people here, right?
No, it all looked dark and like closed down. But now that you're looking into this bay on the back of the building, you do see that there are like sort of, running lights on in there, like, fluorescent bulbs that maybe stay on all night regardless. Who knows?
Okay.
It also is common sense, Lucius, to assume that perhaps there is a all-night watchman or all-night worker who kind of just keeps an eye on everything.
Mm. That's the thing. So I think maybe we should probably, probably look for eyes first, before deciding to make any more moves within the area. You know what I mean?
Right.
Great. Wits plus awareness. 1 success will get you something. 2 successes will get you something better, and 3 will get you the best thing you could get. Wits plus awareness.
I like what I'm seeing.
Like a fall.
Oh, okay. So, Lucius, you notice cameras on the back of the building that look like they are avoidable with a Dex plus athletics roll to kind of, move up along like these barrels and equipment instead of like in the main lane that people would drive their little like golf carts or would walk in. You'd need to kind of climb up along this other equipment to kind of stay out of the camera's view. And then you can get up onto that loading dock. But there's a more important thing for you to realize, which is that you hear voices inside this bay, inside the building, and something strikes you as weird about them. They don't sound like late night workmen or watchmen. You're hearing like a female, an older woman's voice. It sounds like for a moment, and a voice that sounds just something about it, like the response, something about it is making your hackles rise.
Right. I'm gonna kind of relay this to Curtis then and be like, "Hey, we could go. This is the better way, closer forward." But can you hear that?
And I listen. Can I identify either of the voices?
You have to get closer, and to do that, you must make a risky maneuver. You must give me the dexterity plus athletics roll that gets you up there without going across the cameras.
I'll do it.
Yeah. And can I also
3 successes, guys.
Can I blood surge?
You can, and yes, you should. That's a good idea. So make your rouse roll, and then you will get an extra an extra dice for a dexterity roll.
Okay. I succeeded the rouse roll.
Great.
And then I get an extra die?
Yes.
Okay.
Or actually, you get more than that because your blood potency is so high. I think that you get
3, right?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it says a possible messy crit.
Well, don't worry. That doesn't mean it's loud. It just means that like Curtis, like Lucius suddenly like is Spider-Man. Like he's just like dancing. Yeah, he's dancing across the top of these like, you know, tanks and like this machinery, and swings onto the roof of this little like dock, where he's kind of like looking down like Spider-Man would, like upside down into the bay. How did you do, Kurt, on your dexterity plus athletics roll?
5 successes.
Good.
You guys forget just being out on that dock. You get all the way in so silently, and you're kind of looking down into the guts of this treatment plant, down where you can kind of hear water trickling, and you see it's kind of dark in there. But immediately, like Lucius, you notice that there's like some kind of odd like gunk like on one of the tanks. So it looks like some kind of organic matter, like something that would be left by like an insect, you know, when it's like entering pupal stage or something like that. And there's like a web of it that leads down into the darkness, down into the guts of this filtration system. And you hear a voice you do recognize, Curtis Krieger. And the voice is the voice of Miss Sonia. And she says, "This is monstrous. It's not what we agreed to." And another female voice goes, "That's exactly what we agreed to. You wish to win this war. The army of Athens was destroyed by typhoid. Napoleon's army was brought low by typhus. Drinking blood is our curse. Drinking water is theirs." And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
What?
Oh, no.
You've stumbled upon some big bads.
Yes. And and as soon as I hear Miss Sonia's voice, if you look at Curtis, you just seem like very scared, just like.
Yeah. Final shot. Curtis going. And so next session looks like it's going to be an exciting one. And somehow we'll have to make Jen Brown and Clara make one roll to get to a terrifying battle as quickly as possible. But well, thanks again, guys. That was a lot of fun today.
Thank
That was
you.
good. What a blast.
Great session. Yeah. Real good
And
fun.
it's good to see these guys get successes sometimes, because this game is so dark.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys for handling the balance of that so well. And I want to thank our viewers for, riding this roller coaster with us. We know that it gets kind of dark sometimes. I think the game intends that. But, I'm going to let my players play it however they want. And sometimes they want to scare themselves. So
It's horror. It's a horror game.
Well, for our friend Abu, it is now 3:00 in the morning. You can. So I want to thank you again, Abu. I want to thank Ross Bryant and Ashley Burch. We'll see them again very soon, next week, in fact. Until then, bye-bye, guys. See you soon.
Thank you. Take care. See you later.
Bye, vampires. Yeah. Oh, they are kindred. Okay, I got it. Yes. Okay. So, let me do a couple of notes. I think we're gonna not have any questions or comments today because I have to split. But you can hit us up on our Discord. That's the main thing you should do. So, next Saturday, part 2 of our Neptune Society 3-parter, a huge expedition that was voted on by our Stream of Blood subscribers. The Earth is a Box of Bees, a journey to the center of the Earth, starring Josephine McAdam, who was incredible in our Vampires of Pittsburgh Inquisitors game, starring Becca Scott, who is incredible in every Cthulhu game she plays for us, along with Andrew Orvidal, Zach Reno, and my dear friend Claire Grant. You got to see part 2. Part 1 ended on a cliffhanger with maybe one of them being possessed by an ancient Egyptian queen, and they are about to enter the Hollow Earth. So you have to check that out. That's at 6 p.m. Pacific next Saturday. Next Sunday, join us for the next installment of Vampires of Pittsburgh. I was so thrilled at how this game went today. I feel like you play with people for a while and you just get into a groove, and this was so great. And a lot of the things that I wrote, 6 weeks ago for this lockdown campaign are going to start being revealed now that the characters have gotten to know each other. They're going on missions together. They're helping each other out. They're helping each other commit diablerie. we're going to see some of the secrets I have prepared come out into the light and fry like the little vampires those secrets are. So please join us 2 p.m. next Sunday for the next Vampires of Pittsburgh. Stream of Blood's a podcast. Please subscribe, rate, and review on the podcatcher of your choice is where you can find it. You can catch old episodes, audio form only, of Vampires of Pittsburgh and the Neptune Society. If you're a fan of our stuff, please just go subscribe, rate, and review it because it helps people find everything, the Twitch show and the YouTube channel. So if you have a moment, we'd love for you to do that. Our original music for Vampires of Pittsburgh is by our viewer, Axel Kazis Taylor. To hear more, search Axel Kazis Taylor, K-A-Z-I-S, Kazis Taylor on SoundCloud. And we have a lot of original artwork by Will Pottorff, P-O-T-T-O-R-F-F. You can find more of his work at willpottorff.com or at Will Pottorff on Insta. He posts all of his really cool drawings. Tell Will you appreciate his art because he's such a talent. Spread the word about Stream of Blood. We are on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We are on Facebook because we are required by law to be so. We are on Reddit at r/Stream of Blood. And the best place to come if you had a question or comment today, I'm sorry I have to split, but if you had a question or comment, join us on our Discord. That's the best place to find us. There we go. Oh, look at that. Spread the word. Okay, great. And I will just say one final thing is, again, we really appreciate our viewers so much. You guys are so enthusiastic and smart and suggest ideas that I use for the game. I just want to mention again, as I did right before I said goodbye to my players, this is an adult game. Sometimes scary things happen. We welcome input from you about those issues and the things that you feel when you're watching the show. We want to know what you think, even if you think it might be critical. Of course, we love praise, but we want to know if the horror is working for you too, because this is a dark and horrific game. So let's just keep an open line of communication about that, and you can always communicate with us easily by joining our Discord. I want to thank Brian Baldinger. Let's bring him in. Nice work today, Brian.
All right. I did my best.
You did an excellent job. Everybody give your love to Brian Baldinger. Thank you to my partner, Brian, and Clinton Trucks, who will be back very soon. What did you think of today's session?
It was great. Very scary. Love the I love the terror at the end when they started hearing what's her name that they started
Miss
hearing?
Sonia.
Okay, yeah. It's very bad.
Yeah. They just found the boss battle of the entire chronicle by sneaking into a sewage treatment plant. Thank you to Brian and Clint. Thanks, Brian. Thank you to Megan Arch, our social media manager. Thank you to our YouTube content producer, Matt Moynihan. The Stream of Blood logo was created by Garrett Ross, and our opening animation is by Andrew Orvidal. You guys are fantastic. Until next time, #get pink.